Hello guys, this is Brian here with a video rant called City Rowlett Fuck Up Number 2. Boy, it was just on the news last night and the day before that City Rowlett got scammed big time. To explain Fuck Up Number 1, the City of Rowlett last year built a police communications tower at the wrong location on somebody's private land, and then they had spent millions of dollars to buy the land because it was supposed to be built next door to it. Now, I don't know how you can build a big giant communications tower and you don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't know. Then, fuck up number 2 comes. This big giant private developer bought the land from the city of Rowlett out here by the lake. City of Rowlett is the next town over. And they wanted to develop this parkland on both sides of Interstate 30 at Del Rock. A big giant lagoon to go swimming in, even though there's a lake. Basically a big giant swimming pool, basically. Condos, hotels, restaurants, retail, all kinds of junk out there. But there's a problem. You see, that the land that City of Rowlett bought belonged to the City of Dallas, because that City of Dallas owns the lake and the land around, around this area. And if I can get this to work right, I'll show you on Google Maps what I'm talking about. But like I said, it's just a couple miles down where I live, on the next town over. So originally, when the lake was built in the 60s, they kind of curved out this like a center of it. That goes into Rowlett, which is Del Rock Road. Then so there's a park on both sides of the interstate highway, public park with public boat access to the lake. I don't know who floated that idea for Dallas to sell it off to Rowlett. And those don't understand the area. We don't live nowhere around Dallas. We live maybe 25, 30 miles away from Dallas. So the City of Dallas builds lakes miles away. And matter of fact, they're fixing to start construction a new reservoir, which is 50 to 75 miles away from here. And nobody's fighting it like tooth and nail. Because a lot of land people are not giving the land access to, or water access rights away. They shouldn't if they want to. But that's another story another time. So the City of Dallas sold the land to Rowlett. Then Rowlett sold the land off to a private developer, which is Bayside Living, or Bayside Developer. Like I said, they're going to be retail shops out there, condos, hotels. I don't know how many hotels are supposed to be built out there. And all this. And a big lagoon, which is really a big giant swimming pool. Well, a private developer came to the city of Rowlett Thursday or Friday and telling them, well, we're not going to build a lagoon. But you got to remember, this big lagoon crap was the number one selling point of all this to go down. That's what the whole enchilada was all about. They said, we will finish building the other stuff out there, but we're not going to do the lagoon. and the city officials like dumbfounded over all this. So basically, the city got scammed. Well, in reality, the taxpayer got scammed. The taxpayer had to fit the bill buying the land and then selling the land. And who really knows if they made any money back recouping the cost from the City of Dallas? I guess the City of Dallas really said, well, we got tired of maintaining the park out there anyway, so, no need to send people out of city limits to maintain something anyway, so. But it's a total scam. I knew from the word get-go this happened 3 or 4 years ago. This was going to fall flat in its face. It's going to be a bust. Well, first of all, Rowlett is not known for a tourist destination. It's not known for an entertainment destination. It's not known for nothing, really. Just a bedroom community, suburbs of Dallas. That's all it's known for. I don't think the people of Rowlett wanted the crap out there. First of all, none of the roads out there support heavy-duty traffic. This is what's going to bring out there. It was just a total farce. It was a scam. I predicted it maybe last 10 to 15 to 20 years at the very most, if it didn't go belly up, if it didn't sit there vacant. Only thing that has going for it is the location of the lake. Other than that, nothing. Just flat farmland, nothing. And if you're from Texas, you know what I'm talking about. Flat farmland, nothing. So, they've been out there bulldozing where they're going to put the lagoon and all this, and all of a sudden they say, oh, well, we're not going to build it. What a fucking scam. What a fucking scam. Now, they built the parking garage for the other side, and some of the stuff has somewhat been barely started, but other than that, nothing. Just a total farce scam. Just nothing. And matter of fact, Bass Pro Shop, which is the other side of the lake, down 30, they and Bayside kind of got in cahoots with Rockwall and Dallas County officials with TxDOT, and now they want to put service road access up and down Interstate 30 over the lake. Which, I don't know if that's really a good idea or not. I don't know. Maybe in case of emergency, when there's a car accident, maybe. There's another corporation, Bass Pro. That's a worthless company. All they do is grease the hands of city and public politicians for them to get tax breaks to build stores. Matter of fact, the one in Garland, they've been in trouble by TxDOT a couple of different times by putting their boats for sale on state property. Like I said, if I do the Google Maps thing, I show what I'm talking about, because the city, the state, and the city owns a lot of right-of-way around that area because of the interstate highway. And like I said, they've been in trouble by putting things, like they had the boats for sale on TxDOT's property. Boy, TxDOT ripped them a new one. But of course, when they built that crap out there, they were allowed to change the street name. I forgot, was it Zion? Chaha? Chiza? One of those three. It's been out there for 10 years now. And they were allowed to change the street name. Well, I want to know who fitted the bill for the city to come out there and change all the street name signs. Then who paid for the TxDOT signs to be changed? The signs on the interstate highway? Who paid for those signs to be changed to Bass Pro? Because that's not an easy task, especially the signs that hang over the interstate highway above. Those are giant signs. Those green and with white lettering. And of course, the highway system, has signs that says, like Bass Pro Shop Drive 1 mile ahead. I believe they also did that in Grapevine too, by the DFW airport. So I want to know how would a corporation gain access to city and TxDOT, allowing them to change street names? Who fitted the bill for that? I bet you the taxpayer did. You have to pay you got to pay the employee to come out and change the street name signs. You got to pay for the materials for them to be changed into the new street signs. And really, no one really talks about that. Sometimes, but barely. But like I said, this Bayside thing with City Rowlett, it's a farce, scam, a bust. Because those yahoos at City Rowlett, they knew what the hell they were doing. I don't believe those building inspector officials, I don't believe they knew what the hell they're doing. I don't believe that stuff out there have been built to standard. I don't believe so. Not up to fire standards, not to building inspection standards. A lot of shit goes on here in North Texas that is not up to standards. Just like when I went to my family member's house out in Hazlitt, which is kind of northwest to Fort Worth. Now, they have rebuilt Interstate 35W out there with all these Tex Express lanes. And here we are sitting in traffic. brand new bridge, sitting on top of a brand new bridge, and all of this cracking on this concrete cracking business. I mean, cracks all over the damn concrete on this bridge, and it's brand new. How in the hell can a bridge that's brand new have so many cracks in it? Well, it is. It's illegal labor, and you got cheap materials building the damn thing. I bet you the bridge won't last 5 to 10 years versus the old stuff that had been built in the 60s. I mean, giant cracks, like the whole damn thing's fixing to fall apart. Or either that, they pour that concrete when it's too hot and then pour ice in it or something. Or pour the concrete when it's too cold or too hot or something. That's all I know. I'm not a building expert, but my God, if it's brand new, a bridge shouldn't have cracks in it. But that's besides the point. First of all, that area is not the streets around the area can't support all that heavy traffic that this thing's going to generate. It just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just an area that has nothing going for it, so therefore there's no need in it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if this was being built in Arlington, Texas, now that I could see potential in. You know, Arlington has the Texas Rangers out there. They have the Dallas Cowboys. They have they have Six Flags out there. They have all kinds of stuff out there has, going for it. But here in Rowlett, nothing. Nothing. I don't think there's even a need for a hotel out there. It's just a blink of an eye going down the interstate highway. If you blink, you miss it. Little area. Oh, talking about city of Arlington. Well, they got scammed too. And the Texas Rangers won an indoor baseball stadium. So now this is going to be the third baseball stadium since the 70s. And then one they are currently in, I believe, has been built mid-90s. So it's only maybe 20, 25 years old. And they won another one. And they're building it, actually. But those big old developers, they get tax breaks. So really the city... Now, Arlington, they do get their money back. With all that money that's being spent out there. I give them credit for that. Other than that, no. It's just, the area has nothing going for it. And it's just, I don't know, it's just going to be it's going to fall flat on its face. But stay tuned for the news clips I'm going to attach. And I'm going to see if I can do the Google Maps things to show you.
For years, we have been talking about a huge lagoon, 8 acres in size, planned for the shores of Lake Ray Hubbard in Rowlett. But in a meeting with the City Council yesterday, it became apparent the developer no longer plans to build it.
And that is just one of several changes proposed for the $1 billion master plan those living there have been waiting for. Allie Spilliards has details.
For the last several years, voters who dock at Bayside have watched and waited for a 260-acre development to come to life.
Hey, we love it out here.
Bill and Nancy Kavanaugh even made plans.
Possibly to buy a house right here in the lagoon area.
And get a golf cart and ride it down here to our boat.
But today, looking at an empty lot, they're unsure whether that dream will ever be fulfilled.
I'm very disappointed.
Disappointment.
A word echoing through Rowlett City Hall.
Disappointment because we have such a prime opportunity for a world-class resort destination development in this site.
Thursday, Mayor Tammy Dana Bashan and Council for Bayside Land Partners present an altered plan for the $1 billion mixed-use development that would do away with the 8-acre lagoon, show fountain, and trolley that the city was investing in through a private-public partnership.
We have a plan and a vision that we have developed jointly with our developer.
For now, she says that means they're weighing their options and their agreement with Bayside.
Their proposal yesterday varied greatly from the original vision. They told us they don't have the desire to implement the original vision.
And while the mayor says anything's possible, she says city leadership's committed to the original plan.
We are absolutely going to do everything in our power to deliver the original vision.
Until then, all residents can do is watch.
They're doing some dirt moving over there now, so I'm sure something is still in the works, but we don't know what.
Yeah. Wait and see.
In Rowlett, Allie Spilliards, NBC5.
The city says the developer also cut back on plans for restaurants and stores. We called and emailed the developer, but have not heard back.
Time now.
Redding, California. It was billed as one of the premier attractions for Rowlett's new billion-dollar development. But now plans for a crystal lagoon have been scrapped. The city says the developer claims it's not a good idea. Rowlett city officials released new plans for the Bayside mixed-use development. They also eliminated from those plans a 1-acre show fountain and a trolley. This new plan significantly reduces the entertainment, restaurant, and retail opportunities there. We're told city council members were shocked. Mayor Tammy Dana Bashan released this statement. It says any changes to the vision require city approval. You know, our residents are very excited about Bayside, and the proposed changes do not meet expectations. Texas Senator Ted Cruz is in.
Okay, here is the area that I was referring to. This is City of Rowlett's over here, but this all originally was City of Dallas Parkland, as you can see. And here's the private developer. They're already starting the roads. Of course, this was as of September 6, 2017. But if we go back in time, this is what it used to look like. And I believe over here was supposed to be the lagoon that was supposed to be built. But we all know that's a sham now. And we fast forward and that's what it looks like. I mean, this has all been dug out and bulldozed all. I mean, it's all gone. And I forgot to mention that the private developer asked TxDOT, because this is an interstate highway, to redo this intersection. Now, of course, as you can see, this was never been built right to begin with, but because this used to, in order to get back on the interstate going this direction, used to cross traffic, oncoming traffic like this. I'll show you what it looks like. Used to look like. You see how fucked up this was? This wasn't designed right to begin with either. Well, if you see, you have to go over here, stop for the cross traffic again, stop, then go back over here, then get back on the interstate if you want to go back that way. So as you can see, this whole area, I don't believe this would never be anything special. I believe the whole thing was a farce and a scam from that private developer from the city of Rowlett. And I also forgot to mention this too. This area right here, I don't know if you call it officially a toxic waste dump or not, right here. But when they ride in the interstate highway from where I live to Bass Pro, the construction company dumped a whole bunch of gasoline, oil, batteries out in this area, and that's why nothing would have ever grown over here. Let's see if we go back to 2000. And that's what it used to look like. I mean, for years, because this wasn't widened probably until 1995. I remember nothing ever grows out here in this area, especially over here too. Now, of course, the railroad owns this over here, but nothing is at this exact area has never grown anything. And it's kind of funny how the service road just stops right here. So you can see, we moved to 2017. It's never. Now, of course, they finally put some barricades back up so the trucks can't get back over there. But this, the whole shebang was bought by a private developer. What a shame. Now, let's go to Bass Pro here. Now, if you remember correctly, I was talking about that they've been in trouble by TxDOT, because here's Bass Pro, that they were putting the boats right here so you can see it from the interstate highway. Well, TxDOT owns all this land right here because that's a service road. It officially dead ends out there, and they got caught putting stuff on state property for sale for commercial use. So if you go to 2001, if you go back to 1995, that's when when they start widening the highway right there. But as you can see, that's why they got in trouble, and now they can change street names and cost the taxpayer money. Chaha, that's what it used to be called, because if you went back in time, let's see here, that's what it used to be, Chaha Road, and that used to be the service road type of thing. The same construction company that did this highway had another toxic waste dump. And now Dairy Queen, where I live, an Artipot store sits on top of the right here. Dairy Queen, and they used to use this as a construction yard down where they built the finished the widening of the interstate. Vance Auto Parts and Dairy Queen. If you go back in time, nothing ever growed in this area either since the 1994-5-ish. And it's always weird in these two spots where they did the construction, where they parked all the vehicles for the construction equipment and all this. Like I said, they dumped oil, gasoline, car batteries, probably construction material, cones. What, it took them 5 years to finish widening the interstate highway. So you figure all that stuff that get dented, torn up over the years. Nothing ever grows in this area. But now they're sitting on top of a dump, basically. So this is just my little 2 cents about this Rowlett type of thing, and it's a scam and all there is to it. And like I said, there's just nothing special about this. I mean, look how far it goes back. It even goes back over here. And you know those people that live in these neighborhoods over here, they don't want none of this being built out there. Condos, hotels, restaurants, lagoon over here. How's all these? How is this going to support all this traffic? None of the people wanted that. We all know that. See, if you face it this way, that's going towards Dallas. Going this direction is going towards Greenville. So you can see, and of course when I do my videos, sometimes driving the car, you see me driving down over here on 66. So you can see, Lake Ray Hubbard's a pretty good sized lake. Of course, here's Lavon. There's George Bush Turnpike. That kind of did a funny turn when it finished building that. Oh, I forgot to tell you this too. This is officially when George Bush Turnpike dead ends. But as you can see, there used to be apartments here if you go back in time. Right here. That's when construction finished. But here's after the turnpike was finished, you can see apartments. Well, this has all been torn up by the 2015 tornado. As you can see, it used to be apartments over here if you go back in time before the turnpike was built. So they spent a lot of money acquiring that land. But since all that been destroyed by a tornado, eventually this will be completed going to through Sunnyvale to US 80. And eventually, that's what they say. But this also, if you look at the design of this interchange, is not designed right either. I mean, these are extremely high bridges. It just, I don't know. I think the Tollway Authority didn't know what the hell they were doing either. So you can see, Lake Ray Hubbard is pretty wide. Probably this is about 2 miles wide and maybe 3, 4, probably. Because it drains from Lake from Lavon. Now that is a drinking water source, and this is supposed to be a drinking water source in the future. And it stops right there by US 80. So eventually that will go towards US 80. But just my 2 cents. If you have any questions, comments, please post them below.